Yeah. So today, um, I want to talk about finding your tribe, and what that means is, well, a lot of people default to the the same the same people they have known their whole lives. So that is like, well, you have like 10 friends from high school, you have 5 friends from college, and then um, you think this is your circle, but depending on where you're trying to go or what you're trying to accomplish, you constantly have to find different people, right? And different people, different companionship, depending on what stage you're on in your life. And if that is, let's say, you are on your if you are in your on your if you are on your gym arc, it makes sense to just branch out and go and find people who are interested in working out. And if you're on your business arc, you have to branch out and find people who are looking to, you know, do the same thing. And that is the reality of life. And it doesn't mean that you abandon your old friendships. It just means that you are trying to grow in an area that your friends might not be interested in, and that is very okay. It's not the end of the friendship. It just means that you're trying different things and you're looking for something else. And yeah, that is one reality I've come to accept. And as painful as it is, not everyone is going to be as driven as you. And um, especially if you're trying to pursue goals they do not understand. So um, I'll give you an example. You might want to do, let's say, mount climbing, and you're training for like 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden you have to take a trip somewhere and go mount climb. And you cannot expect everyone around you to be interested in the same to have the same interests. And that is very okay. I do not think that everyone should have the same interests. You might want to lose weight, and you have to understand that if your friend wants to keep his weight, that is that has nothing to do with you. It is personal preference. And if you're building a business, there's going to be periods where you locked in and you're not you're not contacting anyone, you're not talking to anyone. And if they are really your friends, or if you have valid friendships, they should be able to understand, well, he is building a business, we can't talk to him at this moment. And yeah, that applies to everyone. And if they do not understand, that's also okay. Yeah, this is especially the case for people who are driven, because you go through periods where you literally have um to cut off any distractions so that you can get to a certain point. Let's say I want to add 10 pounds of muscles. I mean, 10 pounds, I guess it's reasonable, but let's say I want to bulk up, and that might take me, spending hours in the gym. And if you have genuine friends, they are going to understand, well, he's in his or in his bulk season, so we have to understand that he's not available, or he's building a business, we have to understand that he's not available because of how much time it takes. And that's also what happens with driven people, why they get so lonely. It's because the higher you're trying to go, or the higher you're trying to climb, the less people you have to bring along. So you might find yourself, you're texting a person like, you used to text every day, but now you're texting like, once. And I think that's very normal. Yeah, I do not think you can. I do not think it's possible to. I doubt if drive is infectious. By that, what I mean is, can you really teach someone to be driven, to be ambitious? You can motivate them for a day or a week, but is that a character that can be adopted? It's it is it's very interesting, because some people are happy with surface level achievements, like if you're on your workout arc, you have to understand that not everyone in the gym is looking to get to 200 pounds. Some people are going to be comfortable with 100, or even like adding just 10 pounds, or some people are just working out to stay fit, and that's it. Yeah, so you can motivate people, but I really hope that drive is infectious. I hope drive is infectious. I hope you can teach someone how to be ambitious. I hope there's like a way to do that. And yeah. um I I don't think you should feel any type of way for the way people are, you know? It is like, because it's not easy to change people or to move people to a certain way of thinking. So if you have someone in your life and you're trying to move them to a certain way of thinking, and you see that it's not working, you just do not feel any type of way. Do not be angry, do not feel frustration, do not. You have, all you can do is be patient with them, and allow them time to learn or to catch up. And I think this is one thing that happens with when you're coaching, or when you're teaching, or when you're motivating, or when you're trying to shift a perspective. You thinking, well, um this should be this, because like you have gone through that, you understand that, so you are thinking someone else is going to grasp it with ease, but it just takes a bit of time, because this is an identity they have to shift. And that's why patience is very important if you're trying to move people to your thinking. And you could say words that motivates them for like a day, but moving people to your thinking, that is a different beast. And yeah, you have to be patient. Think of like that teacher who teaches in like kindergarten, right? Like that person is going to repeat something quite a few times. So that is the same way when it's teaching, when it's motivating people. You have to be willing to repeat it, you know, and be patient with people, and um, recognize that human beings naturally get distracted, and they want to move in different directions. And if you are if you are if you are to, help someone adopt a new identity, it's very important to have patience. That's why, like, when you read a book, you have to repeat. Like, you read a book and you feel like, I actually understand this. Like, I feel like I've completely changed or transformed. But reading it once is not enough. Like, you actually have to read it over and over and over and over. Whether it's the Bible, uh, whether it's Rich Dad Poor Dad, like any book that you read, if you want it to be part of your identity, you have to read it over and over and over. You have to read it several times a year. And yeah, that's one thing you have to understand. And if you're lucky, as an author, you can move people, or people can try and keep your book. I think there's like a few books that I read several times a year, and um, that means that the authors did a really good job. Yeah. Um, I think that's all I have to say about drive or ambition, or even like moving people to a certain way of thinking. Yeah. So I'll catch you in the next video. Till next time, take care.